The virus pandemic continues to impact our lives. It's important to remember to continue taking care of our pet friends.
Dr. Carrie Donahue from Circle Holistic Veterinary Care joins us from her office, and she's taking your questions right now. That number to call is 270-9933. And Carrie, you have a special guest with you today.
I do. Oh, there she is making an appearance. Yes. This is my own personal dog. This is Pepe, and she is my sidekick. She comes in with me to work every single day and pretty much does what she's doing right now.
Oh, she's a lucky dog.
Love bug.
A lot of people are asking questions, is the coronavirus contagious between people and pets?
Yes, and the answer to that question is no. Everything that we have right now, all of the evidence says no, it is not transmissible between pets and people, and pets can also not get sick from the coronavirus that people are experiencing. So that's the good news.
Oh, that is very good.
Dogs are loving it. People are home all day.
I know. They're getting exhausted, right?
I think about that too. That's the one silver lining in all of this, perhaps, for that people are spending more time at home with their pets, and I think the pets really appreciate that.
Yeah, they do. All right, let's go to the phones.
All right, we have Karen from Madison. Hi, Karen. What's your question?
Hi. I have a 13-year-old dog, and she is in pretty good health. She's lost a little weight, but on the most recent blood work, her BUN and creatinine were quite elevated. BUN was 94.7, and creatinine was 2.6. And so they're concerned about her kidneys, and they gave her some sub-Q fluids because they thought maybe she was a bit dehydrated. So I just wonder how I should proceed with this, because other than that, she seems to be in pretty good spirits and eating and drinking and active.
Oh, well, that's so good to hear that otherwise she's acting normally. And when those kidney values, like you mentioned, the BUN and the creatinine are elevated, that typically means that a lot of the kidney function is already lost. The most important thing that you can do to keep those kidneys functioning as well as they possibly can is to provide as much fluid as you can in the diet. So either feeding canned food completely, or if you're feeding dry food, add in extra water, extra fluid on top of it. And you had mentioned subcutaneous fluids, and that can sometimes be a really important part of it too, which is putting fluids right underneath the skin so it bypasses the GI tract and it just gets absorbed directly into the animal's body, just to kind of keep them super hydrated and keep those kidneys functioning.
Okay. Let's go to Susan in Madison. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
What's your question?
I have a 19-year-old Siamese Blue Point, and he howls just horribly. He'll stop when you pet him, but he continually howls, and I'm wondering what the problem is.
Yeah, I know. And sometimes that's a hard thing to try to figure out. I would say at 19 years old, which is amazing, by the way, if you haven't gone into your vet and had blood work done, that would probably be my top recommendation, just to make sure that there is no underlying issue like hyperthyroidism in cats can cause that increased vocalization. Another thing that we see with older animals when they're kind of doing that, a lot of vocalizing, is dementia or cognitive disorder. So I would say maybe something to try would be something like CBD oil, which kind of helps to calm them down and is really helpful for animals who might be experiencing that dementia as they get older.
Yeah, I use it on my dog. It works very well.
All right, Dennis.
Oh, yeah, right.
Dennis from Reedsburg. What's your question, Dennis?
Hi, thank you for your time. I'm a retired disabled veteran with PTSD. I have a German Shepherd service dog that goes with me everywhere. He wears a harness that has leather and other materials, and of course, his paws could pick something up. My question is there any recent indication that an animal, in this situation, could carry the virus?
The only way that we know that the virus could potentially be transmitted between people through pets is if somebody who was sick pet your dog or exposed, coughed or sneezed on your pet, and then if you pet them afterwards before washing your hands, That's the potential. We don't really know how long the virus can survive on pet fur, but it's thought to be at least 2 to 4 hours. So I would say just kind of an extra degree of caution if you are kind of out and about, doing those same things that we're hearing about, washing your hands and wiping your pet down after you come home would probably be my top recommendation.
All right, we're almost out of time, so I'm going to just paraphrase Pat from Sun Prairie. She has a 1-year-old puppy with a cough when it's excited. What is that?
That coughs when excited?
Yep.
And that could just be kind of the season, and we're seeing a lot of the animals who are reacting to kind of the pollens and everything that's around in the air. There it gets to be a little bit of inflammation in the airways, so when they get excited, that can cause a little bit of a cough. So I would say just monitor and see how things go as you move through the season. It might be nothing. It could just be a little bit of inflammation.
Just too excited.
Right.
Carrie, thanks for being with us again. Thanks for calling in, everybody. We'll do this again next month.
And Poppy, thank you too for making an appearance.
Yes. Thank you.
There she is. One final check of the forecast coming up.